Hey everyone, this is Comics Villain, and we're going to be doing a review for the first episode of Stranger Things. I'm going to go at this a little at a time. So, the very beginning shows, I guess I should introduce one little thing to you guys first. So, this will be with some spoilers. If you don't want to see the whole thing, then don't watch the entire video. I'm just going to give my a quick rundown of like how I felt about the episode, and then I'll kind of give some spoilers. Okay, so I was thinking, as far as comparing this season to the previous seasons, this feels more like the first, and I really do like that. I enjoy that. The first was what brought me into all this, like everybody else, and the second kind of fell a little bit from the quality that I sort of expected. And there were good episodes in the second season, but it felt a little disjointed, kind of when it comes to the separate storylines from like 11 when she meets her other the other special user, ability user, I should say. And I didn't really care for that part, you know. I don't know what it taught her to be tougher. I don't know. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan. And this seems to be going back to, you know, like let's how do I put it? Let's go back to what made this work. And they hit up so many different things. The first 15-20 minutes, they did like so many scenes that were almost like references to 80 cliche movie scenes. It was cool. I liked it. I liked the soundtrack also. Honestly, I think everything 80s with this series has been just a lot of fun. I don't know if there's going to be more seasons after this. Honestly, I would actually be down if this was the last season and they just finished it with a bang. But in any case, so far it's been really good. Storyline's been fun. Been a lot of mystery. Nothing's been, heavy-handed in any way. Everything's just been like, you know, you see a little something starting, but you're not fully aware of where it's going to go, or what's going to happen. I like that. There's a lot of fun in this, a lot of comedic elements from the kids, from the adults, from the teenagers, and really, I like that. I like that these elements are all there and present. That you're able to see things from these different age group perspectives. So yeah, and as far as the scenes themselves, I think here's where we'll get into some spoiler territory. Very beginning. So guys, in case you really don't want to hear this, just get out of the video right now. But yeah, come back definitely later. So at the very beginning of the film, or I'm sorry, the episode, for episode 1, we see some machines spinning, a lot of electricity, you know, going down this winding chamber. It's a lot of technology here, and then all of a sudden it shoots out this electric beam of energy that hits a wall. It looks almost like where, you know, like it probably where the upside down is. Like they're trying to open up the upside down from this point, and they kind of start to, and some of the creatures, some tentacle thing starts coming out, but the machine stops, and then the portal closes again. So they barely got it open, then it closed. Then all of a sudden the machine kind of like spits out all this energy and hits all the men that were around it. And I guess instantly kills them. And then we find out later that this is in Russia, and they were trying to open the upside down. So it didn't work, and they cut it off at that point after this general or the leader or whatever basically says, okay, you top scientist, you are dead now. Points to another guy, says, okay, you're going to be the new top scientist. Then his second in command comes over, you know, tall, strong Russian soldier, kills the first scientist, and then they move on. Um, it was a little weird, but at the same time, I was like, okay, so we're setting up something interesting. It's probably going to include the conspiracy guy from season 2, so that's cool in itself. And then we very quickly say this. We kind of see what's been going on with the rest of the characters. 11, making out with the boy that she likes. I'm sorry, I forget his name. I should know these things, but yeah, I completely forgot everybody's name. It's been a long time since I only know 11. That's about it. But yeah, so the main characters, 11 and the boy, they're making out in the beginning. Later on, everyone goes to the mall. They see, let's just leave it at, everyone's kind of getting together to go to the movies. At one point, all the electricity goes out while they're all there at the movie theater watching. I think it was a Day of the Dead, and really far away. I don't know if this building is abandoned or what, but we see inside this building, and all of a sudden, this tornado of dust starts to appear, and it kind of looks like the Mind Flayer, but it's much smaller. In any case, things go back to normal. The boy that was possessed previously in the second season, he kind of freaks out a little bit. He starts to feel like the back of his head, like something's wrong. And then, let's see. Sure enough, we see the boy that his front teeth are missing. The one with the hat. So he gets a little surprise from all of his friends. And it's at his home. So they were having 11 use their powers to kind of trick him or something. And I think it was a welcome home kind of party for him. Eventually, we get to go to the pool side at just like a community pool, and they see the bully from the second season. He's apparently lifeguard. I think people have seen trailers of that. So that's there. We see the police officer and the little boy who got possessed, his mom. They're maybe on the verge of becoming an item. We just get a little update on everybody. I guess I should just leave it to that, and it's leading towards, something pretty big. So later on, we see these rats are all going towards the same building from earlier, where that tornado dust creature that looked like the Mind Flayer was kind of circling inside. And the rats are there, and they're eating something on the ground, and for some reason it's making them explode. Very, very strange. All right, so later on, the bully that is now the diver, or no, sorry, what's it called? The the lifeguard for the pool, for the community pool. He's trying to get with, I guess, one of the parents her name is Ms. Wheeler. So he tries to convince her. She says no initially, and then he keeps trying to convince her, hey, let's get together, go to a motel or something. And she eventually, it looks like she agrees. Later on, we see the kids following, his name is Dustin, the kid with no teeth, up this hill, and he's setting up this kind of like a ham radio, like really huge ham radio. He says that can basically make contact with anyone around the world, from North Pole to South Pole, anywhere. So they go up there, start talking, and he has it finally set up, and he's trying to introduce them to his new girlfriend, who he, I guess, needs this radio to contact her. I think her name is Susie. Ultimately, he's not able to make contact with her, this Susie, and the other kids look very skeptical about it, whether there's actually even a real person named Susie, whether or not she's actually his girlfriend, any of that. They're probably thinking otherwise. Then next we see Winona Ryder. She comes home. No one's there. She's by herself, cooks a dinner for herself, sits down, watches TV, and then she remembers the times that she used to be with what's his name, Sean Astin's character from the previous season. I guess they would just sit down on the couch, watch TV, and laugh. So she's feeling a lot of loss, loneliness. And then later we get to see there's some issues happening all of a sudden in their home with magnets. So there's always something going on with like the technology or with items around the home and concerns with the upside down. Season 1 did that perfectly. I really liked that with the whole lights and everything, electricity. So the police officer is having a hard time dealing with 11 and, forgive me, I'm forgetting the boy's name, but the other main character. 11 and the main character, they're kissing. He's having issues with it. He had already previously in the episode spoken to Winona Driver's character and, trying to practice what he could say to them to try to get them to start calming down, not kissing and all that stuff. So he's in bed here and he's practicing again what it is he wants to say exactly. He probably feels very uncomfortable with it. Probably hasn't had to do this before. So then the officer works up the nerve to finally go in, talk to the kids, sits down. There's this long, awkward stare. Turns back, turns the music off. There's music playing while they were making out and stuff. And then he turns back to them and is just staring. And it's really funny because he at one point just locks eyes with the boy and just like stares at him, And then the camera turns back on him. Then it just shows the boy staring at him the same exact way. They're just waiting for him to say something. So throughout him trying, like struggling to the police officer struggling to at least say something to them, the boy is constantly making jokes to 11, and she's laughing, and then the police officer's just like, screw it. Listen, you need to go home. And it's because your mom called. It's about your grandma. So the boy freaks out. They go out to the car, and police officer's pretty much just like telling him, okay, I lied, but here's the thing. I don't feel comfortable with you dating 11, who he says is his daughter. So he says, I'll let you, I may allow you to date her, but you need to listen to me while I take you home. That's it. Next, it goes back to Dustin trying to contact Susie. Eventually, everyone leaves because it's nighttime. They don't want to keep hearing this. It's probably been hours. So they cast their doubts. They leave, and then all of a sudden, he starts to hear some noise from the radio. And sure enough, well, actually, not sure enough. It's not Susie. Apparently, it's who we started off listening to at the beginning, or seeing in the beginning, which was Russian soldiers. And there's a Russian soldier that's talking over the radio in code of some kind, talking about China and some other things. Then we see the new scientist that took over from the old one that had been killed by the the second in command, or whatever you want to call him. You see that he is looking on another attempt at opening the gate, and they're looking at it, and it looks like things might be better just based off his expression. Finally, we see Miss Wheeler, or Karen, getting makeup on to go see the lifeguard, the bully from the second season, and she goes downstairs, sees her husband sleeping with the kid. With the kids on him, they all fell asleep. TV's still on. Maybe she's having second thoughts. Then the scene goes to, the bully, and he's in his car. He's driving pretty fast. It's nighttime, driving down to the motel, and I think he's practicing what he wants to say to her when he gets to the motel. So something hits his windshield when he's distracted, causing him to careen off, and sure enough, he goes and crashes by the same building. Looks like a farm building, the same one we saw in the beginning with the what could be the mind flayer or maybe something else. So he stops there, he gets out, doesn't know what hit his car. He touches the windshield, There's some goo. It was like on the windshield. Something bad hit this, obviously. And his car is not starting. It's dead. And you see some creature run around really quickly. You don't know what it was. It was like a blur on the screen, very small. Could have been a rat or something else. And then all of a sudden he gets taken by something. A tentacle wraps around his leg, pulls him into the building. He tries to struggle, but ultimately is taken in fully. Then you just hear a loud monster's roar or screech. And that's the end of the first episode. What do I think about it? I think it was all pretty fun. It was great. If he died, they're very interesting that they're willing to put that out there right in the very beginning. They had a lot of good 80s elements, great music selection, and all the actors and actresses, all the kids, everyone did a good job, seems like. So, yeah. In any case, hope you guys like this review/recap of the episode, and I'll probably be doing more of these. This seems pretty fun. The series seems pretty good, so I'll be talking about it a little more, doing more reviews. I believe there's 8 episodes in all, and I'll release these, over the course of a week or so. All right, you guys, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Help me hit that 1,000 subscriber milestone. Like, share, comment. What did you thought about this episode? And what the heck kind of thing that was at the very end. I think I've seen the trailer for this, and I've seen a monster. I just don't know if it's the same one. Probably is. I don't know what they're going to call it. If you've played D&D, I don't know. Let me know what you think. What monster you think it might be, unless you already know. In any case, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.